I recently made a video comparing different artist Patreons, and most of the comments on that video were positive. But there's one negative comment that I need to talk about today. Basically, someone left a comment saying that lessons that do not test or evaluate you acquiring the skill is a waste of money, and then proceeded to compare learning art to learning math because, all the masters were taking standardized tests before putting paint to canvas. Then the person said that they looked at my Instagram and it doesn't show I've applied anything from the Patreons. Now there's a few issues with this. Okay, one, I've been making lettering art and motion graphics for the past year, not drawing portraits, so I'm not exactly sure what they looked at. Two, I disclosed in the video that I tried these Patreons 2 years ago, and I doubt this person scrolled all the way down to see any of that work or growth made at that time. Three, I do genuinely regret not including my personal art in the last Patreon video. I will be sure to include practical application of the teachings in future reviews that I make of educational content. Their final point was that art educators are monetizing you not getting good. I don't think this person knows how artists study. Sometimes seeing another person's process is enough for an artist of a certain skill level to apply the techniques that they are seeing to their own art. Like if you're seeing someone make the marks on their piece of paper with a pencil, you can do the same thing. If you have the basics down, you don't really need them to hammer those things home. But if you're a beginner, Patreon is probably not for you. One point of frustration that I can get on board with is when you sign up to learn something and don't have any tangible evidence that you have learned anything afterwards, that can leave you feeling like you wasted your hard-earned money. This is a reoccurring issue that I find with self-paced courses, because the teacher is not breathing down your neck, forcing you to turn in assignments. Where you apply their teachings. This is where self-discipline comes in. And if you know yourself and you know that you're just going to watch the videos and not draw along and practice the things that they are teaching in the videos, then you are ripping yourself off. My favorite thing about some of the Patreons I tried is that I was able to download the content. For me, that is the tangible product that I paid for, and I have as much time as I need to apply that knowledge, forget that knowledge, and it gives me time to forget that knowledge and come back to it and relearn it if I need to, again and again and again, because I have the file. A perfect example of this self-discipline that I'm talking about is PewDiePie. If you haven't seen his art videos, he drew for 100 days in a row while studying different artists and saw some serious improvement over that time. Now, a different example, I took a Patata School Blender course, and I might make a video about that, all about animating 3D type. And I was tested on that knowledge throughout the course. I could technically skip along and go to any part of the course that I wanted, but let's say I wasn't able to move on with the course without passing that test. I passed the test. I answered the questions. I even made some really cool pieces from that course, but if you asked me today to remake one of those animations right now, I wouldn't be able to without looking up a lot of things. Know why? Because I haven't been practicing the exact same techniques every day since I took that course. I passed the quote-unquote test, as this commenter pointed out, but passing a test doesn't mean you're going to retain the information. Look at how many students in the USA pass 4 years of Spanish in high school, and they can't speak the language. It's because they can take tests every single month, but if they are not actually speaking the language, if they aren't practicing the language, They are learning stuff temporarily, passing a test, and throwing that knowledge out. There's a concept among language learners that I think applies to artists as well, called the forgetting curve. If you spend 100 days learning a language and then 100 days not immersing yourself in that language at all, how much do you think you'll remember? The same goes for art. I could spend a week drawing hands, and then I could spend a month not drawing hands. Do you think that 1 week of practice was enough for me to truly add hands to the mental library of things that I am able to draw from memory? So what is the solution for people who lack the self-discipline but still want to be held accountable to learn the skills that they want to learn? I would either look into in-person classes, private tutoring, or some sort of apprenticeship or mentorship. The reason many people opt for self-paced education is because it is significantly cheaper than paying a person to dedicate their time to teaching you specifically versus a whole internet full of learners. And also, look at people who go to college. It's not just the teacher dedicating their time. You have to also dedicate your time and coordinate or follow a schedule. After everything I've said, my final point is art is subjective, which basically means one person's idea of good art could be completely different from someone else's. I graduated from an intense visual program in college, and to this day, I don't understand why some of my pieces won awards and some of my teachers liked pieces that I didn't like, and even now there are pieces that I love that I didn't get good grades on. Even now, I'll watch webinars on graphic design and have no idea why one design is good in a majority of the designer's eyes, and then the other is not good, according to a majority of the designers. Even though I completely trust their opinions, hence why I follow the designers. Even if someone evaluates your work or leaves an uninformed comment on your YouTube video, at the end of the day, you evaluating your own work is more important. Are you proud of what you made? Did you learn something new? Is that new technique that you tried something you want to incorporate into more of your art? Even if you are a student with a teacher grading you, don't wait for them to give you permission to make things the way you want to make them. Just start. The more you experiment and figure out what you like and what process you enjoy doing, the closer you get to figuring out what your style is and how you learn. Because how you learn best shows you how not to waste your money on things that don't work for you. I am a visual and kinesthetic learner. And some people are good with audio. Some people need to write things down. However learning best works for you, you need to figure that out so that you just have a better life as opposed to just making better art. Anyways, I don't want to nag you guys, but if you've been having an issue with how to learn from self-paced courses, I hope this gives you some insight and that you don't waste your money on courses you don't need. I'm currently doing a free trial right now of something that I think I'm going to cancel. And the bright side with Patreon, it's temporary. It's just a month. You can stop. You can stop after a month. It's not a college education, which cost maybe a lifetime of debt. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're still here, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. And leave a nice comment to counteract the bad ones. Thank you. Okay, bye.